welcome to my channel. My name is George Lakic, and I am
the one and only.
Well, I hate to say it, but winter is coming. Winter is on its way. It is only mid-September. I think it's end of September. It's the 26th. So we have about a month before there could be snow expected here. And for when there's snow, I like to have a bike ready with studded tires. A bike that I don't care if it gets a little dirty in the winter. And right now my winter bike hasn't been used since probably March, maybe early April. The paint was peeling off, which exposes bare metal, which doesn't look like bare metal for very long because it turns into rust, and the rust with the salt and the chemicals that we have on the roads here in Edmonton, I might lose the frame if I don't do anything about it. So I have decided that I'm going to be very ambitious here. I'm going to take the whole bike apart, strip it completely. A lot of parts are toast anyways. My derailleurs are bad because they've been corroded. The springs are weak. The cables, they're sluggish, they don't move very well. So the bike's due for an overhaul. And I'm going to do all that. And hopefully the next week and a half, because when it gets to a certain temperature here, it's like below, say, 10 degrees most of the time, painting a frame doesn't work really well. I've decided to use, once again, engine enamel like I did on the yellow bike that I did. You can see that in another one of my videos. I want to show you how I fix up my winter bike in record time, and I'm hoping this bike's gonna last at least for 3-4 winters before I have to do anything major on it again. That's the goal. Keep watching, you're gonna see how this turns out. Alright, we're gonna just quickly glance over this bike. See how dirty this is? See this derailleur? Yeah, even if I really clean this good, it's not gonna come back to what it should be. If you look at these jockey wheels here, yeah, it's toast. It's worn out. The chain wheels I'm hoping to salvage. They are not really in bad shape. Front derailleur, I need to replace this. I've had trouble last year with it and the year before because when it freezes, this thing's just stuck. The cables on this bike go through the frame, and it causes a lot of friction, and it seems like whenever there's moisture that freezes up this, I'm stuck in low range for the whole winter. The brakes on this bike, they have been upgraded to V brakes. They work well, except in the back I have a little bit of a problem with the fender interfering. I'm hoping to solve that issue, perhaps by using a different fender. Other than that, it's just a simple overhaul. But one modification that I'm hoping to do with this bike, and you're gonna laugh at me because see, I got 7-speed in the back here, but I don't believe in 7-speed. I believe in 6. This shifter is a 7-speed Shimano. Problem with it is that it doesn't work too well when it's cold. I want to change it to a friction shifter that has a range of 6 speeds, and I want to keep this bike, or get it down to as simple as I can, so that's more robust for riding in the winter. This shifter here could probably stay unless I get a really nice matching set. Other than that, the bike's gonna stay as is, except the seat. See what condition it's in? I'm going to put a plastic seat on there that is like a spider. I've shown it in another video. It is comfortable. In the winter time, my rides are usually here in town. They're shorter than in the summer. The rack, everything's going to stay the same. But this bike badly needs another paint job. I don't know if you can see this, but yeah, some of the paint I could just brush it off with my fingers. That's not good. I made the big mistake of painting this a few years ago without using a primer. I'm not going to do that again. You see, it comes off too easy. My operation so far has been going good, except now I'm stuck. I'm stuck and I'm mad because I ordered a crank puller this spring on Amazon. This was the second one I ordered on Amazon. This was the more expensive one because the first one didn't do the job. Yeah, I have to admit those hammer marks are because I tried to hammer this, set up some vibrations, was after I failed pulling off this crank with the crank puller. See, this is the puller I got. This is actually made out of two pullers right now because on the first one I stripped these threads where my thumb is there. Now what's going on here in Alberta in the winter is we have chemicals on the road that destroy everything, and the corrosion that happens inside there is between two different kinds of metals. The cranks, they are aluminum, and the spindle that's in there for the bottom bracket, that is steel. The situation is I can't get this off. So now my last resort here is probably on this side. I'll have to just take the grinder to it or take a wedge in the inside there, something like that. This crank, unfortunately, I'm pissed about it. I'll have to replace it now. The other side, so far it's still okay, but I don't think I'm gonna get this off. It's the same situation there. I already tried the crank puller, and that's where I stripped the threads. On the puller, not on here, Amazon. I was going to buy this locally, but because of the COVID, it was just so hard. It was just so hard to get into any store when I bought this. So here I am, stuck. It's bad. What can I do? Drastic measures. Now I need new cranks. Yeah, the problem I'm facing is the type of corrosion that destroys your bike. I'll show you right now. See, it's not just those cranks. I mean, look at the bike, look at the frame, look at this. I've got a month to get this in perfect condition. I'm going to take the grinder to this tomorrow. I don't feel like I have a choice in this. I gotta get this going somehow, and I have access to a lot of cheap used parts. So that's probably what's going to happen with it. I'll have to replace those cranks. New chain wheels, the whole shebang. For tonight, I had enough. There you have it. Hi there. Well, it's Sunday night. The weekend is usually the chance to get stuff done, which is crazy, I know. What I'm trying to get done is this. I will at least try to get this one off. There's still hope to get this done with the crank puller. What I'm going to do is I'm going to heat this up with the torch, then spray some penetrating oil of WD-40 in the hole there, and then I'm going to try one more time the crank puller, and I'm hoping it's not going to be stuck on there like yesterday. I know the chance is slim, but it's worth a shot, and if not, we're going to cut it right there. Well, it's now more desperate measures that are called for. Here, this is what I call it. It's the grinder. So now I'm cutting it. So it's almost too dark to continue here, and that means I'm gonna quit. See, I got this crank off. Not proud of it. It was a good one. It's very light. It's nice aluminum quality. The square taper, well, I touched it slightly with my grinder, but this is still completely good. I also touched the bottom bracket shell, but didn't wreck it. So now the challenge is to get this other side off, and that's for tomorrow. And then I get to try the nice new, well, I got a new strip tool to strip the frame so I can prime it and paint it. Hello again, everyone. Well, I'm back to where I left off last night. I still have to get off this big old crank with the chain wheels, and I've just looked at it, debating what's the best way to go about it. There's no hope to pull it off. I'm thinking a crowbar and a chisel and all this good stuff. I'm going to risk doing more damage, but the grinder isn't really that much better. So give me a few minutes. I'll show you what I decide. Like I said, it's a butcher job. I regret this. See what this looks like. It's horrible. Everything's destroyed. I have to find a way to keep my bike cleaner in the winter. It's very hard to do when you're battling temperatures that are like way below the freezing mark. We are talking, and some days you're minus 30. Yeah, you can't rinse this off at those temperatures. And then when it melts, eventually, all the chemicals that are still left on there, they are corroding the bike. This is what happened here over several years. So now I'm starting at zero. I don't have a winter bike right now. Alright, see this is the new stripping disc that I have. This is gonna make a quick job out of a big one. Maybe? I did much of the frame with this super fast strip disc. It is called Avanti Pro Quick Strip. It works well, but look at it. There's not much left of it now. The rest I'm going to have to do with manual tools, wire brush, sandpaper. But I got quite a bit done with this, so that's a good thing. Yeah, beautiful day still today. So I gotten quite far with my project. I'm doing okay. See, I have still some hard to reach spots that need to be done. I have to quit for today, and I'm also going to leave it at that for the video. I will show you next week, how that all came along, and hopefully I can show you a beautiful frame that looks like a new one. That's the goal. And by the way, I would really appreciate if you could find it in you to subscribe to my channel, because I'm gonna have a lot of more stuff for regarding the bikes. You're gonna see how this ugly old copper bike that is falling apart from the rust, how it's gonna come to life again as a new vintage bike. See you next time.